I want to make a video a little bit more in depth on how the tube system works, how to take it on and off the sleeves, and how to replace them if you need to. So here's the tube just by itself. This is not installed. And one complete tube consists of the female side and the male side. So we install these on the leg sleeve and it makes a quick release for our leg sleeve. I'm going to show you how that works and some tips on how to make that function a little bit better for you. So probably the most important thing is whenever you are trying to remove the tube system and get a quick release, you don't want to really just pop it. What you want to do is take the tension out, take the slack out, and this only needs about 3 to 4 pounds of pressure pulling up, and then you can either go left or right. So most of the time when people are trying to remove this tube system, they're going to pull up and then pop it out. It doesn't take much pressure. When you're pulling up, it only takes about 3 to 4 pounds, and then when you break it away, you can do that fairly smooth. Okay, if you have a sleeve and you're replacing the tubes or you've taken them off and you want to put them back on, it's fairly simple. All the tubes, whether it's the male part or the female part, they both have a split back, so it makes it easy to install. All you're going to do with the male part is slide it on and pop the other side in. That's installed. Same as the female. On the female side, we want to have this part of it up. Pop the first one on. And the second one's on. These do go on a lot easier than they take off. So to take them off, it's the same thing. But what you'll notice about, it's kind of hard to see on the video, but right here in the tubes on the back side to help, let me see if I can focus that, to help retain and keep the tube on the strap, they have little tiny notches right here, and those help grab on the strap, which makes it a little bit harder to take off, but it is fairly easy. So to remove the tubes or replace them, all we're going to do is the opposite. And once we get one side off, the other one comes fairly easily. As I'm taking this off, I want to really try and get it past that little notch I was talking about. Once I get it past that, it should come off pretty easy. Right now that notch is grabbing it. There we go, I got it past it. Now the rest just pops off. Okay, when I'm putting the sleeve on, just like a normal leg sleeve, put it on backwards. And when I'm setting my sleeve up, I want to try and align my tubes. So as I'm setting them up, I want to make sure this female side is aligned with the male side. Same thing down here. It's just going to make that tearaway a little bit easier. I pop them in, listen for that click. You'll hear it lock in. It's locked in. Happy with where my sleeve is. I'm going to turn it around so that I can work. And last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a hold of these tearaway cords or these tearaway leashes. One thing I definitely recommend doing is whenever you are new to this sleeve, practice tearing it away before you ever do it with a dog. So what I do is instead of having slack in the leashes, I want to take the slack out, have a nice tight line, and then when I go to tear this away, all I'm doing is pulling out just a little bit, 3 to 4 pounds of pressure, and then I pull up. So when I do it quickly, this is what it looks like. Nice and easy. I don't want to over torque these buckles. If you over torque them, you are going to break them. And that takes a pretty good amount of pressure, but this is the part that's probably going to break. We do sell replacements. I'm selling them at cost because I'm not trying to make profit on these. I want you to have them. But if you put a lot of pressure on this and really, really yank it, because it is a plastic piece, it will break. Now, you can still use this leg sleeve without this system. And I would even argue that you're not even necessarily tearing it away every single time. I can take these off and just use this like a normal leg sleeve without the tearaway. I'm still using the tubes just to keep the sleeve secure, but I might work a normal grip, and then when it's time to tear away, I can still reach down and pop those tubes off. I don't necessarily need to use the leash system whenever I'm working with this sleeve. Hope that helps you. If you have questions about it, let me know. And if you need replacement parts, we've got those on the website.